Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm back with another new product launch makeup review. Today I'm going to be trying out the brand new Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. I literally just picked this up. I picked up 2 different shades of this foundation, so I'm going to be testing it out for you guys today. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway in today's video, so make sure you guys watch all the way through so you guys know how to enter. So really quickly before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also make sure you guys have your notifications turned on, that way you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. I am obsessed with the entire Colourpop Pretty Fresh line. I literally love all of the products from this line. I love the primer, the concealer, the tinted moisturizer, the setting spray. I literally love it all. It's seriously like my favorite products from Colourpop, everything in this collection, and I have repurchased them multiple times. So this foundation is a $16 foundation and it has such an amazing shade range. I did pick up 2 different shades. I picked up these shades Light 55N and Light 60N. I did just kind of guess because I wasn't sure what shade I needed. So this says it's a hydrating foundation with a skin perfecting medium buildable coverage for natural healthy looking skin, which I am so excited about because I love a good medium coverage foundation that looks natural on the skin. Like that's my thing. I'm really into a foundation like that, so I'm so excited to try this out. It says directions: prep your skin with the Pretty Fresh primer, use the Pretty Fresh blending sponge or a brush to apply and blend into the skin. So before I apply the foundation, I am going to show you guys some swatches of these 2 shades, and then I'm also going to compare them to some other foundation shades as well. So first up we have the shade Light 55N. Next up is the shade Light 60N, and these are very, very similar. Obviously 60N is just a little bit darker than 55. So next up I'm going to swatch the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Light 5N. Next up is the same tinted moisturizer in the shade 8N, which is usually my everyday shade. So there's that. It's very similar to 55N, so I might use that shade today. And just for reference, I am going to show you guys some other foundations. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked in the shade 40NN. Next up I have the Pure Love Your Selfie foundation, and this one's in the shade LN5. Next up is the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation in the shade 2-in-1 Desert Beige. Next up is the Benefit Hello Happy Air Stick foundation in the shade 4. And then lastly, I am going to swatch the same foundation but in the shade 3. Alright, so now that you guys have seen the foundations swatched, now we're going to go ahead and test the foundation out on the face. So I am going to be using the Pretty Fresh primer. This is the Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid primer. This is such an amazing primer, and I am going to be using a sponge on one side. This is my Morphe contour sponge, I think is what it's called, or highlight and contour sponge, and then I am going to be using a brush on the other side. So even though I did swatch both of these shades on my arm, I am going to do face swatches really quick, and I should have done that before I applied primer, but it's okay, I'll just reapply some primer. So first up is the shade Light 55N, and I think this is probably the shade I'm going to go with. I feel like the shade Light 60N is going to be good for when I am self-tanned. So there are both of the shades. Honestly, I feel like I could get away with either of them, but I am going to go in with the lighter shade today. So I'm going to go in with the sponge first. I'm going to do the sponge on this side. So taking that Light 55N shade, just going to put this all over the skin. Immediately, like that's blending out very nicely. I have like such high hopes for this foundation because I'm obsessed with all of their other products from this line. I literally wear the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer literally every single day when I go to work. It's my favorite. Alright, so that was like not even a full pump, and that covered the entire side of my face. Wow, that blended out beautifully. I was just looking at the box again just to see what it says. It says that it's ideal for all skin types. It has hyaluronic acid that is known to hydrate and support healthy looking skin. It also has coconut water, which is known to support hydration and skin softness. So now I'm going to go in with a brush, and I'm going to be using an oval brush. This one is from Pure Cosmetics, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the foundation directly on the brush, and I'm just going to blend this all over this side of the face. This foundation honestly blends so easily. Like, that was so fast. So looking at my face up close right now, I really like the way that the foundation looks. I feel like it definitely looks very natural. I feel like I look like really like glowy and kind of dewy, which I personally like. I don't have like dry skin or oily skin necessarily. My skin is pretty normal. I do kind of get oily in my T-zone area, but other than that, my skin is just kind of normal. But honestly, just like based on my first impressions, it looks amazing. I prefer the sponge side better than the brush side, but I always like the sponge side of every like foundation better for the most part. I don't really feel like the brush really added any more coverage than the sponge. I feel like it looks amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and then we're gonna come back and do like a close-up so you guys can really see how the foundation looks on the skin. All right, so I went ahead and finished off the rest of my makeup. I didn't like set my face with any kind of setting spray or anything like that because I really wanna see how the foundation looks and performs without any kind of like assistance, I guess. So now I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and show you guys a close-up in here in my filming room so you can see the foundation up super close and personal. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump over into some natural lighting where you guys can see it, not with a bunch of studio lights shining on me. All right, so here is the foundation up like super close and personal. Honestly, I feel like it looks like really good. Normally, I hate doing these close-ups because you can like see all my pores, but I feel like they look pretty decent with this foundation. I'm pretty impressed so far. All right, you guys, so I am in my bathroom now in front of a really big window. I'm so sorry if it's like super echoey in here, but the foundation honestly is looking amazing in natural lighting. It definitely looks very natural on the skin. It's not like super glowy like I would imagine it would be because it is hydrating, so I feel like this is definitely going to be good for both like dry, normal, and oily skin. The only negative that I have noticed so far is that it is kind of like oxidizing a little bit, so the shade has kind of gotten darker the longer I have been wearing it, but overall it's not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for the rest of the day, and then I will be back at the end of the day to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, so I am back. It is now the end of the day. I'm sorry if the lighting is different. Overall, I am like actually really impressed with this foundation. Even though this is a hydrating foundation, I feel like this is gonna be amazing for like literally everyone, because even though it does feel like really nice and hydrating on the skin, it doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. Like, I did set my entire face with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I feel like this foundation is definitely gonna be a good foundation for like the summertime whenever I need my makeup to last all day. I mean, I have not touched up my makeup today and I feel like it looks amazing. My highlight is kind of gone like a little bit, and obviously my lipstick is like completely gone, but that was just like a normal bullet lipstick, which don't last very long. It does kind of have a little bit of color still. My eyeshadow is looking good though. That is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, I think is what it's called. But yeah, the foundation is looking amazing. I am kind of like really picky about my foundations, especially because I can never find like a really good shade that matches me. And I feel like the shade Light 55N is gonna be really good for me, especially in the summertime when I am a little bit more tan. I will say though that the kind of only negative that I have for this foundation is that the color did oxidize from whenever I first applied it. I can definitely tell that it got a little bit darker, and even when I was swatching it after it had been on my arm for a little bit, it did look a little bit darker than whenever I first applied it. And if you like pump out a new one and swatch it next to it, it was a little bit lighter. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do a swatch of it right now, and I will let it kind of sit while I'm finishing up the video, and then I will show you guys at the end the oxidization. Is that even a word? Oxidization? So yeah, I would definitely give this foundation a thumbs up. I feel like it looks so good. I'm actually really excited about it. I know I keep like repeating the same things, but I'm so excited about this foundation because I love their entire Pretty Fresh line. If you guys have not tried anything from the Colourpop Pretty Fresh line, definitely go check it out. They sell this at Ulta. You can get it in stores, you can get it online. Ulta has also been shipping out super quick right now. I think they're using like a new delivery service, and I have been getting my Ulta packages super quick. So yeah, I really love this foundation. And the only other negative that I can really think of is that it is $16, which I feel like is kind of expensive for a Colourpop foundation. Their No Filter foundation is a $12 foundation, and then their Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer is also $12. So I'm not sure why the price increased with this foundation to $16, but I mean, overall, $16 for a foundation is not bad, especially when it is this good. I'm not usually this impressed like with a first impressions of a foundation, but I'm really loving this. I love the way that it blended onto the skin. It definitely feels hydrating on the skin. I feel like you could definitely get away with wearing this foundation without setting it in place. I'm definitely gonna have to try that out, but I'm kind of the person who always sets my makeup just because I like it to stay all day. But with setting it, it does not feel like dewy at all. Like, I'm not even oily at all, but I also haven't been like outside that much today, so I don't know. I would have to probably test it out outside, like a long day outside, and see how it does in the heat because it is super hot where I live. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys check out this foundation. I will have it linked in my description box below. So now we're gonna get into the fun part of today's video, which is the giveaway. I hope you guys have been enjoying all of my giveaways. So I'm gonna be picking 3 people to win their very own Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. So it's gonna be super easy to enter. So the first thing you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already. The second thing you need to do is give this video a thumbs up, and then the last thing you need to do is leave me a comment down below. So comment down below which shade you need in this foundation, and then leave me your like Instagram username or your email address or something like that. If you guys don't want to post your like info on the comments, you can always just leave it blank and I'll just like reply to your comment or something if you guys win. So before I finish up this video, I am going to quickly show you guys the swatch next to the one that I did earlier, and we can see how much the shade did oxidize. All right, so there's the swatch that's been sitting there for a couple of minutes now. And then here is the new swatch. So as you guys can see, it definitely did oxidize. It's not too bad, but there definitely is a difference from whenever you first apply it. It definitely goes on lighter and then does get darker the longer that you have it on. So definitely keep that in mind when you guys are picking out a shade. I would probably maybe go like a little bit lighter so that you don't get crazy oxidization. I don't know if that's even a word, but yeah, here are these 2 swatches. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, make sure you guys check out the other giveaway that I'm doing right now. We'll have it linked in my description box below. And also, before you guys go, make sure you click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.